Hi, my name's Lucas Rogers and I'd like to welcome you along to the Rogers Property Group. I received an email from somebody the other day asking me whether they should be buying houses or apartments. Well, I'm not a big believer in apartments. I don't think they're a very good investment, and there's a number of different reasons for that. The thing you have to think about with property, Rule 101 with property, is you need to focus on the capital growth that you're going to get from that property. So that means the property growing in value. Okay, that's rule number one. Okay, rule number two is, where is that growth going to come from? Is it going to come from the land, or is it going to come from the structure that sits on that land? Well, it's going to come from the land. Everybody should know that. They're two very basic rules when it comes to investing in property. Ask yourself this: does an apartment have very much land associated with it? No, it doesn't. When we talk about it from a land content perspective, so its value of land as a ratio of its total value, an apartment probably has around 5 to maybe 10% of its value located in its land. Okay, so it has 10% land content. That's quite low. And that means that 90 to 95% of our asset is made up in the structure. And as you know, the structure is just depreciating over time. This is why apartments are fairly poor investments, and they just don't perform as well as houses. So my advice is, when you're looking for capital growth, always invest in a house and try and get something with around 40 to say 50% land content, meaning that about 40 to 50% of the value of that asset is located in the land. Another little issue that I see with apartments as well is they can become oversupplied very, very fast. It's not hard to build a 300 apartment building reasonably fast, whereas to develop and build 300 houses will take a lot of time. And not only that, is there's just not the availability of the land to be able to do that. This is why apartments can become oversupplied so fast, and that's a bit of an issue around the capital cities at the moment. So my advice to everybody, if you're thinking about apartments versus houses, then I definitely encourage you to go the house option, because it's going to be a better long-term asset for you. I hope I've answered that question for you today.